will share my screen first. So, yeah. Hello, everyone, one more time. I'm Ilse from eazyBI customer support team, and I have been together with our customers in their journey through reporting world more than 5 years. And of course, I always happy to talk about how to do a smart Jira reporting using eazyBI. Before we start, I wanted to share a joy about the first snow this year here in Latvia. And Monday morning, our Slack channel was buzzing. My colleagues, even the serious ones, were publishing their moments with the snow. And this is because in our team, we really believe that sharing joy, information, opinion is a real deal. Therefore, I just wanted to share our happiness about the snow. And this snow arose also from our Monday chat and from my colleague. But smoothly moving to the topic, today I briefly introduce you with eazyBI and what tools it has in its toolset, and then we will do some reporting. So first question may arise, why one would need a separate app for reporting eazyBI. You know that Jira is extremely universal tool, and the rich ecosystem around Jira allows us to record almost every workday, almost every activity of our work. And those all customization options in Jira and in those apps allow you to use Jira for different businesses, from software development, operations, to healthcare, to car industry, to military, to government, you name it. And the reporting tools to analyze those data gathered in such customizable and complex ecosystem also must be customizable, but still it must be cut close to this core system so it would be easier to use for customers. So this is where eazyBI can help you. First of all, for those who are not familiar with eazyBI, eazyBI is a business intelligence tool and, in simple words, a powerful reporting app for Jira. I just wanted to emphasize that eazyBI is a business intelligence tool that allows wider experience with reporting, but it has this built-in integration with Jira, with most popular Jira apps, including Profields, and that's allow to be both powerful and tailor-made for Jira data analysis. So a few words about general principles how eazyBI works. There are 3 main process steps. First, data are imported from Jira and apps or other systems in eazyBI. It is done once, and then data are updated on a regular data updates based on your schedule. And during this import process, data are organized in a report-friendly data structure. The next step, then you explore those data and build reports using provided reporting building blocks, measures, and dimensions. We will see in this demonstration part. Usually, most reports are created by several people in the company with reporting mindset, because to create good reports, you have to know right questions and have to be in this mindset that wants to follow the lead and wants to find answers. And then other users, they use them in their project. And therefore, it's very important to share your reports, your data, and you may publish reports in eazyBI, but most of our customers prefer getting reports in the environment where they are working, Jira dashboard, Confluence page, or Wallboards in a meeting room. So this is just very general overview on main process, but we will go deeper. Now, let's get to know more about what we have in eazyBI toolset, because they say that if you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When you use business intelligence tool for data analysis reporting, it allows you to do much more. And me and I invite you to think of reporting a bit differently. And when we add new tools to our eazyBI toolset, we keep in mind that simple things must be done easy, but hard things must be possible. So what do we in this toolset? first I will just list it, and then we will get in demonstration. First, as I said, eazyBI is a business intelligence tool, and as such, it has all the most known options that BI tools have. Well, the final product is actual report, chart, or dashboard. They are not static. And if you want to get more than just a picture, you can always interact with this report or chart. From the overview data, you can always drill into more detailed level or look on any number from other aspects. And as data are grouped in different hierarchies, those data coming from Jira, that allows get total values and subtotals instantly. The next thing is measures and dimensions. As I said, during this data import, all data coming from Jira and apps we have integration with are transformed in measures and dimensions, main building blocks of any report. And the main thing is that those dimensions and measures are related within each other, having the same logical and physical relations they have in Jira. Therefore, creating reports is easier and smooth. And additionally to Jira standard information, standard fields, those measures and dimensions can contain data from Jira change history to analyze status changes or cycle times, from work logs, from custom fields, different type of custom fields, from Jira apps we have integration with, and there is also a possibility to add information from Jira apps we do not have integration. And the good thing is that you can analyze this all together. And even information based on issue links also can be pull into eazyBI and do data analysis on that. And moreover, working with Jira more than 10 years, we also know the most typical use cases, and recently have created a set of sample reports for project management, sprint analysis, and other cases that are ready to use as soon as you have set up eazyBI. And last but not least, as I said, when we think about things to include in our tool, we keep in mind that typical reports should be created easy, but for data analysis jadis, we have to allow to dig very deep in data. For instance, from one side, we have a very sophisticated formula editor to create your tailor-made calculations, but from another, we have features allowing to do calculations, standard calculations like trend lines, averages, etc., or transform a chart from bars to lines to areas with just a few clicks. So it depends on how deep you want to go into eazyBI. There are features for you. So it's enough to talk. Let's do some demonstration. And usually, not usually, but I know that there are customers that always know what reports they want precisely, how they should look. But quite often we receive questions from our customers asking us to asking us for some advice to create reports for project management, to track project progress based on resolved issues. And that is okay, because a real data analyst is like a detective or explorer, and he wants to find the answer, and he follows the lead, which is most promising. So let's try to find what we can suggest for such a customer. So eazyBI is here, located in Jira, and we can go there and start creating reports. First of all, when you have arrived here, you can first see that we have sample reports, I said already. And if you want to do something about resolved issues, you can either just go through those reports, go through those reports, or just try to find some sample reports that are about created or resolved issues. Those reports are already based on your data. They have a structure, something is in the rows, there are metrics added, and there are also filter options you can use. You can change that and see how those reports look like. If you are happy with those reports, just use them. But if, for instance, you have a Profields in your Jira and you want to add some filters by Profields markers like project status, you may create a new report based on this sample. Just new, keep current selection, and add this Profields dimension. As I said, during data import, we reorganize all data coming from Jira in dimensions and measures. And those gray boxes are dimensions, and they are like statuses, issue types, projects, priorities, etc. All those listed values. And this blue box is measures that we have created during data import. So if you have some Profield, if you want to analyze or filter this report by some Profield information, you just move this dimension with Profields and select project status here. And you can create a report based only on ongoing reports and save it. Ongoing. It's not very precise title, but okay. And this is the first way how you create your own report, just by reusing already created reports. You can get those already created reports not just by sample reports, but also we have an option to create a template reports in the company and then share among projects. You can look at that in our documentation. And also there is a demo account where you can copy some reports. I will show that at the end of the presentation. So this was the first way how to create reports, just use sample reports and reuse them. But I will show how to create a report from scratch. Let's create a report over time about resolved issues and about logged hours. So combine the information from issue standard information and from work logs, or if you would use Tempo, then it would come from Tempo work logs. And probably we can add something else from Profields. Let's start creating. As we create the time report, we add time dimension in rows, but usually the main thing is to find for the right and correct measure. What do you want to measure? There is all measures we have created during data import that are based on the standard information, on agile information, on Profields information. So information you have in Jira is just converted and imported as measures, quantitative information. Let's find measures related to resolved issues. So we have, this is the number of resolved issues. There are other metrics related to resolved issues, story points from resolved issues, some custom field total values from resolved issues, etc. So let's select this one. Then we have to select something related from work logs. Those are some hours. There are original estimated hours and changes in hours, but we will need work log information, hours spent. Okay, let's start with those two. Then we will add something. Then we will add something more. As you see, total values appear as soon as the metrics are added to the report. You can expand values from, as I said, from higher level to lower levels, but easier is to select monthly level on rows and add some filter by time to limit this list of months by 1 year, for instance. I'll add also project dimension. You can analyze several projects together or analyze by one project, or you can also analyze by some Profields, as we did Profields project status or Profields country, markers that are configured in this Profields instance in Jira. So when we have this simple table, we can explore data, we can check, we can see those 25 issues behind this total value, and even go to Jira if we want to know something more about this particular issue. Or we can see how this same number is distributed by issue types, and probably, as we can see, the majority are stories, and probably this is a path or way we can go and analyze it more detailed. We can also do some drilling through worklogs to see how those 94 hours are split by users and by times, and other things that you can drill into. But to create more interesting report, we can also add some calculations over those basic metrics. Let's add a trend line to see how it went with resolving issues and cumulative values of logged. The tables are sometimes very valuable, lists and tables, and people love lists. But let's move to charts. You can switch by charts at any moment, and which one works best for you. For this case, we will stick to bar charts, and then we can do some customizing to make it more prettier. Do it vertical, as we have two types of values, hours and issues. We will put hours on a separate axis, and cumulative hours as well. Now the report seems looking better. We can change colors. People indeed love colors, changing colors, but this is, yeah, it's very human. I will put those colors in matching colors. So we have two axes, we have two colors schemas, add cumulative hours as the first to put it behind. What else? We can add some titles. And for the other axis, we will just add a label, suffix, to show that those are hours. And this chart as well is interactive. You can drill through issues, etc. And we can also add one more measure from Profields. If we have project capacity for a year, and it appeared as a bar chart, as it is a bar chart, we can customize it as well to show it as a line on the same axis as hours. If we have, and we have to select one project, yeah, and line type, remove any symbol, put some nice color. And so we can see that for this particular project, Alpha, the capacity at the end of the year during November is lower than actual logged hours, while for another project, everything is okay. So in that way, we can combine information from Jira standard fields, from resolved issues, from worklogs or tempo worklogs, and from Profields as well. And yeah, and we can save the report. Actually, when you save the report, you save the structure of the report. Therefore, all reports are easy to share within different projects. You just share this, how the report should look like. Okay. And in such way, you can either create your own reports from scratch or add them one by one, or reuse sample reports, and then you can combine them in a dashboard where you put those reports together and share with your colleagues. Those dashboards are also interactive. You can drill through issues, etc. There is always a you can always set a filter to the whole dashboard, so all the reports would be on the same context, and you would work with the same issues for the same year. And if you want to share those reports in common places like in Jira or Confluence, you can do that. And again, those reports are still interactive unless you forbid to use those interactions. For those who are not who want to explore more reports, not to create all reports by scratch, can always find eazyBI demo account. Just write in your web browser, not eazyBI demo account, and you can find reports here. They're again grouped in folders. You can search them, but I usually suggest looking in dashboards. Dashboards are combinations of different reports, again by themes. If you want to create to see project reports, agile reports, etc. Or during this festive time, we also invented the Christmas dashboard. And if you want this Christmas dashboard or any other dashboard in your instance, just export definition of this dashboard and import it into your account. I do not have time to show that, but you can read it in our documentation or see in training videos. But this is a good spot to start searching for reports and then transferring them to your account. And back to presentation to just finalize about eazyBI. Remember that eazyBI is business intelligence tool, and when you do reports, start with simple and overviews, and then follow the lead and analyze data in more detailed views. Remember that there are measures and dimensions coming from Jira, from Profields, from other apps, and combine them together in reports. And remember to learn about cool features eazyBI have. It helps you to create from simple reports in an easy way to very complex and tailor-made reports for those who want to do really complex stuff. Get to know the options, and you will definitely find much more than just a hammer. Keep in touch in community or support, and see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ilse. Now is the time for the questions and answers. That was
okay,
really,
I'm ready.
Okay, that was really interesting. The first question comes from Ashish. He's asking, how can we import history? I believe that he's talking about issues history. Is there a possibility to do so, and how can they do it?
Yes, yeah, you can import the issues history. By default, change. So I try to find my mouse.
It's not
yeah, I found it. Yeah. So when you do eazyBI importing, you have to select what information you want to do, and there is a one tick import issue change history, and it would include in the imported data dimensions and measures, issue status, workflow transitions, assignee changes, remaining estimation changes, and if you do sprint information import, also sprint changes, and other changes can be imported as well. Yeah.
Nice. That's really.
And there are a lot of reports in demo dashboard with status transition changes, cycle times, lead times, etc.
Nice. That's really, really good to know. Then Ashish also asks, is there any documentation? I believe that you have documentation, and he's really specific on creating new measures.
Yes, there is a documentation in eazyBI.eazyBI.com, and you can write in measures, I guess, calculated measures, and there is a documentation about calculated measures and members and basis of that. And in the section Learn More, there are training videos. Currently in training videos, training videos from here, sorry. Those are basic stuff, but there is also information about calculations with MDX. We have given presentations about different aspects of MDX, of those calculations, and you can start with ABC and then go deeper.
Nice. Thank you very much. I believe that answers the question really well. Then we have a question. Ashish says thanks because that was a really nice answer. Okay, so there's a question from Pablo Prado that asks, does eazyBI allow to share reports in Confluence?
Yes.
Nice. that's a really direct one, really easy one.
Yes.
You can share reports. Then we have a question. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
We have. Okay. Nice. We have a question from Roberto Maruan that he's asking, can we import data from databases and combine that information with the data coming from Jira in a report?
It depends on what data do you have. There are two ways how to import data. One is import additional information to issues. If this information adds something on the top of existing issue information, then you can do that on the same screen, on the same report, and you can import information in the same data cube, we call it, this data set. If this is a bit different information, then this is a different data cube. And you can create reports within the cube and then put them on the same dashboard. So not on the same reports, but on the same dashboard. It depends on the use case. So if Roberto has a specific question and specific use case, the better would be right to support and ask this question, because it depends. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes not.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that Roberto will contact you in order to share more information with you, in order to have a better support later. So, well, I believe that we're getting closer to the time where where I passed the mic to Flora, but I just wanted to ask you one last question. Is there anything that we need to take into account when trying to fetch more information or the appropriate information from Profields? Imagine from Profields. Is there something? Yes. Go ahead, please.
Actually, Profield integration is Profields information is imported again as measures and dimensions, and so far I haven't got any barrier or impediment to import something I wanted to, and actually I can't imagine anything specific about Profields that would be a barrier or something that you couldn't do. Yeah.
Okay, that's really good. That's really good to know, I believe.
Of course, I can't say that everything with everything would work together, but in project level, any information would appear definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Perfect. Thank you very much. Well, I believe this was really a really good presentation too. A lot of information. We also love eazyBI. eazyBI is really powerful tool that we use every day too. And thank you very much for that. So now I'm passing the mic to Flora again. Back to you, Flora.
Bye.
Bye-bye.